And welcome back to part 10 of What If Mikoto Uchiha adopted Naruto Uzumaki. Last time we got to the Forest of Death, and unfortunately in this version, Sasuke still got the curse mark. But luckily, because Naruto and Sakura were able to basically stave off Orochimaru to some degree, and they were able to keep their scroll, and therefore they have both scrolls now, and are able to head straight to the tower and actually get Sasuke medical attention right from the gate. So we cut back to that scenario where Sasuke is currently being looked over by both the Hokage, Kakashi, and by the medics. Jiraiya, as far as we know, it's never actually implied when Jiraiya got to the village. If Jiraiya had been there around that time, I'm certain the Hokage would have called for him. In fact, he might actually be there at this time, but the Hokage didn't know he was there because we just don't know when he got there. So, and I know I'm sure this is going to be someone's like, Jiraiya got here then. It's like, that's great. They never said that. I know. I mean, he might have briefly said his conversation with Ebisu, maybe a hint of when he got back, but I don't believe that was the case. Anyway, Sasuke and Naruto and Sakura. That's what happens when I get off base sometimes. I just completely flub everything. Naruto and Sakura are worried about their teammate. He's worried about his brother. Sakura's just pacing back and forth because she still really likes Sakura romantically. So, really likes Sasuke romantically. Yeah, Sakura loves herself romantically. There's a story for you. That's a story for the M-rated fanfics, folks. Sakura still likes Sasuke very much romantically, but she's also, because she's actually started to work harder and gain more of their respect, has actually been able to bond with him a bit more as friends. So she is extremely worried about it. She's pacing back and forth. Naruto, meanwhile, is just contemplating, should we tell mom immediately? Right as he's thinking about that, Mikoto is storming in. Just, where's my son? Where is he? Where's my son? Where's Sasuke? It's like, Mom, Naruto, are you okay? And she just grabs him, just squeezing him. I'm okay, Mom. Great. It's like, oh, sorry, honey. But where's Sasuke? He's still in surgery right now. Surgery? It's like, well, not exactly surgery. And then the third Hokage actually steps out the door. It's like, Lord Third, what's going on with my son? Mikoto, you need to understand what happened. Please sit. And he explains that Orochimaru put a curse mark on it. And she's now seething. Her Sharingan blazes up, because I'm certain she has it. I brought it up, I think, in the first or second episode of the series, or part of the series. Like, yeah, Mikoto has the Sharingan. I have no doubt she has the Sharingan. She was ranked Jonin, and yes, you can find that. She was ranked Jonin. So she clearly must have had her Sharingan at that point. Anyway, and her Sharingan is like that treacherous snake. It's like, yes, but wait, the curse mark, you mean? Yes, his chances, but fortunately we got him to the medics immediately as he was soon enough after getting the curse. So we're taking every precaution we can. And Kashi was there, obviously, like I said, Jiraiya is not. So he immediately put the seal on there, which is an interesting. See, here's the interesting thing about that seal Kakashi put on him. And for Kakashi to put a seal that's that powerful on is impressive for Kakashi, who is not a seal expert by any stretch of the mean, like Jiraiya or any Uzumaki really, or his mentor like the fourth, but was competent enough in seals, definitely, that he was able to do a seal like that. It took a while. But that seal was designed to basically keep the curse mark at bay, being basically powered by Sasuke's will. It'll falter if Sasuke's will falters, as he said. And I might be paraphrasing that slightly, but that's what he said. So the fact of the matter is, he putting it on while the curse mark is still trying to form, or trying to set itself, actually I think would give Sasuke better odds, basically. And now, ultimately, either way, even if it didn't, we know Sasuke does manage to survive it. So, kind of a moot point. But still, when Sasuke finally wakes up it was about 24 hours later, give or take. So he wakes up the next day when there's still a day left to rest. Instead of the curse mark flaring and activated like a raging wildfire on his on his neck. It's trying to flare up, and the pain does kind of wake Sasuke up a little bit. Just, and he wakes up, and everyone's just like, and the doctor's like, "Oh, you're awake. Good. I'll go get your family." So Sasuke, it's just like, "Oh, what's going? Oh, what happened?" Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto. That's another problem with Sasuke and Sakura. Take the sauce. It's the sock and the sauce. You'd think it wouldn't be a lot to get it confused, but you say it multiple times, enough times, you could get their names very mixed up. At least I can. Maybe you guys are better at doing it. God bless you. I appreciate you. So, Sakura, Naruto, they get in the room. Sakura immediately just clomps him. She's like, "Oh, Sasuke, you're okay." Like, ugh. And Sasuke's, he's like, "I'm fine, Sakura. I'm fine." I mean, he may have grown to get to know her friend, but she's still not. It's like, yeah, we're not really there as a couple. We're not a couple or anything, Sakura. But I appreciate it. Thanks. And he comforts her too. And like, after all, he could have died. Naruto's just like, you idiot, you idiot, you nearly died. What the hell were you thinking? I was thinking we had to fight and get out of the way. It's like, you won't get out of the way. It's like, oh, come on, that's an idiotic move. Yeah, I didn't see you doing any better. Yeah, well, I'm not the one who got targeted by a pedo snake. And then all of a sudden he realizes, he's like, "Mom," and then his mom just, "Sakura, could you please get off my son for a moment?" "Oh, yes, Mr. Uchiha." And then she just walks over, got her Sharingan blazing, and she's about to, she just is like, "Mom!" And Naruto's just like, yeah, I dealt with that earlier. How's it feel, loser? It's like, I was like, no, my baby. It's like, I know you're a ninja now, and I know you're gonna face death at certain occasions, but it's too early for this. I was like, Mikoto, not that I don't approve of family gatherings, but we need to discuss some things with Sasuke. Kakashi and the third, and there's like, she just finally composes herself, and Kakashi and Sarutobi both explain the scenario of what happened. And, it's like, so Orochimaru, with this curse mark on you, we were able to put a secondary seal on it. But the seal's only as good as your will. If you falter in the slightest, it's going to wreak havoc on your body. And they explain a little bit of curse. It's like, it can give you a miraculous power, but the cost of eroding your very body and soul. So, and it'll just make you more of a pawn for Orochimaru down the line. And I doubt that's something you want. So, yeah. So, take heed and take care. Until a method can be found to remove the curse seal, this was the best option we had. And Sasuke's thinking is over. Is like, yeah, I have no idea what he was after. My guess is he wanted to bring you to his side so he can eventually gain your Sharingan. My Sharingan, yes. Orochimaru's had an obsession with the Sharingan for a while, in all jutsu of any manner. So very likely he's trying to groom you to be his next apprentice or something like that. Well, why that? Oh, so he can take your eyes. It's like, oh God, that's no. So am I still allowed to participate? And then Sasuke, so wait, am I still allowed to participate in the exams? How do you feel? And then he says, like, a little sore, but I still got a day. What day is it? And he says, I still got a day to recover. So yeah, I should be good. So, and I don't see any reason why you can't participate. You warrior team. So they get in. So they get out and say, oh, anyway, I'm hungry. It's like, oh, there's a cafeteria down there. It's like, right on. It's like, oh, they got ramen. Oh, God, you and ramen. Wait up, guys. And they head out, and they're just kind of all staring and kind of like, wondering, like, so Orochimaru really has returned. It's like, this isn't good for anyone. No, it is not. Still, we cannot, oh, here's a guy, sorry. Oh. We cannot interrupt the exam. Otherwise, according to Uncle, otherwise he will do something drastic. So they go to the cafeteria. Both Team 8, that was Hinata, Kiba, and Shino, if I'm not mistaken, and the Sand team happen to be there right now. And I'm trying to remember when the other teams got there. I think Lee's team got there around that time. It's the second day. A lot of teams have gotten there. So they're getting to the cafeteria, and they see Hinata, and say, oh, Hinata, Hiba's like, but not, it isn't Uchiha, loser Uchiha. It's like, oh, shut up, dog breath. What'd you say? What'd you say? You heard me, mutt. It's like, you want to go? It's like, not right now. Otherwise, we get disqualified. Wouldn't we? And this is Naruto and Sasuke just both being smug because Kiba was always tried to be an alpha. We even see that a little bit. I mean, we assume that in the past, but you can pretty much tell in the fight with Naruto that he tries to be an alpha, and he's clearly not. And with Sasuke and Naruto, they both just like Naruto's the one who's great at taunting, and Sasuke is the one who's great at refuting. It's like, yeah, you could try, but you'll get disqualified. I was like, and Shino's just like, it's good to see you both. It's like, yeah, it's good to see you too. I take it you guys, got here pretty early as well. I see. Yeah, we were actually the first one. You passed us by on your way to the infirmary. What happened? Then they're sworn up. I was like, yeah, Sasuke got hit by a pretty nasty jutsu. It unfortunately knocked him out for a little bit, but he's good as new, right, Sasuke? Yeah, the technique was a really weird one. I can't remember what it did. Yeah, he was just like a flash of light or something like that. And so, Sakura's even playing. Yeah, maybe it was a genjutsu or something. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have my Sharingan activated, so and even they're kind of like wonders like they're talkative for some reason. Meanwhile, the sound ninja is there. The sound team is there, and the sound ninjas, I'm pretty sure, are there too. And Naruto, stares over at Temari, and he kind of gives away. It's like, hey, it's like, and Temari even kind of gives a little bit of a smile back, and hey, it's like just saying hi. Even it's clear they kind of found each other a little attractive, but see the sound team made it as well. Yeah, what's creepy is that, and Team 8 suddenly shudders a little bit. Yeah, they made it. What do you mean? Yeah, well, let's just say we saw that Gara guy in action, and he's not someone we want to go against if possible. And they kind of pull them aside, explain what they saw, and they're like, whoa. So, yeah, and Inatamaru's like, oh crap. They must have seen Gar, and they're telling Gar, "Oh, this doesn't put me in good standing with the blonde or anyone, or even the black haired kid. It doesn't put us in good standing with anyone." Darn it. So there's mild interactions. When they get there, tries to glom Sasuke, who just avoids it. Just kind of keeps laughing at this. So we basically cut now to the actual preliminary matches. Obviously, Kabuto drops out, and you get to the actual matches. So, again, nothing really changes with the match lineup, because there's nothing that would... Here's the thing. I will change stuff when it seems prudent, and give me a second, the dog needs to go out. Go pee-pee and boobies. Go baby. There's nothing that changes in any what if I really do. Unless a character's flat out dead. There's nothing that changes how the names were randomly selected. I mean, I could make up God knows how many different matches or whatnot, but it would all basically come down to that point. Now I'm just doing fan fiction. That's not following the story. So really, we're only going to be focusing, honestly, on 3 main matches: Sasuke's, Naruto's, and Sasuke's. Well, I think a little bit of Hinata in there too. I think that one's fair to throw in there for a different reason, because that one is affected by Naruto cheering Hinata on, so that one gets mentioned as well. Otherwise, there's really no change in the matchup. So, first one is Sasuke versus, again, I can never remember the guy's name, so we're just going to say the guy who absorbs chakra. And their fight begins. And Sasuke and him are immediately going toe-to-toe. He tries to suck out some of Sasuke's chakra. So he does manage to briefly touch Sasuke's hand. And, he gets some of Sasuke's chakra. Sasuke's hand's a little tingly from it. Otherwise, he's fine. However, Sasuke then when he comes in again, Sasuke just says, "Fire! Flame cell! Flame dome jutsu!" And then, the flame dome comes over, activate, and even though it's still chakra and he's able to absorb some of it, not enough that he's not going to get burned, and he just scorches in. He's like, son of a... It's like, what? That's not possible. I thought the curse word should have been activated by now. How can he even use chakra? Which Orochimaru's like, how is that possible? And then he actually sees, like, a seal? So they were able to get to it before the exams even started. Damn them. Still, it'd be good to see what Sasuke is truly capable of. And then Sasuke obviously just, fire stare, fireball, jutsu, blast. He has both his hands activated, really putting some power into the jutsu, and is just quickly absorbing the chakras up. Almost like a Dragon Ball Z style. They just. Unfortunately, and Sasuke says, "You took your eyes off me. You call yourself a shinobi," and then boom, Lion's Barrage, basically copying Lee's moves when he basically fought Lee and knocks the guy out. So Sasuke wins that match. Sakura versus Ino goes very differently because Sakura has been taking herself a bit more seriously now, and she has a couple decent genjutsu. Something, the false darkness, was that? No, that's not false. That's a lightning jutsu. Basically, the technique that the second Hokage used against Sarutobi when he was resurrected. That's a genjutsu. At some point, maybe I could give that to Sakura, but that's probably like an A, if not S rank genjutsu. So, because it was an Hokage it was using it, I have to assume it was a high ranking genjutsu. That if I give that to her, you're probably not going to see that until like Shippuden an era. So, Domino. Sorry, she's barking at it. There you go. You scared off the dog. Silly. You're silly. You're silly. There was a person walking their dog up the street. Yes, you scared him off. Wow, that was actually more of the other dog barking, not you barking. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, so Sakura and Ino basically square off. And it starts off basically the same because it's also about their relationship, that fight. And it starts out about the same. They're tagging each other back and forth a little bit. But ultimately, Sakura's like, you're not taking this seriously, I'm not the same ninja. I'm not the same girl you knew in the academy. Shoot. And she puts on the headband. Fight me for real. Now. And then Ino's like, fine, very well, forehead. You asked for it. And now they go toe-to-toe. Now, remember, Sakura's hair's still long. So, while Ino could theoretically cut her hair for that jutsu, she has less incentive because Sakura didn't cut her hair. But that doesn't mean she might not still do it. Problem here is that immediately once we get into the more serious aspects of the fight, Ino quickly realizes that something's wrong as, Sakura's throwing like smoke bombs and flowers are coming out and more flowers are coming out. And Ino realizes like, wait, this is a genjutsu. She is like, Kai! I believe that's how it looks like. Kai! Or it's just release, basically. So release, unfortunately, as it releases, she gets a solid right hook to the jaw. Just, boom! Nearly knocking her out. So, and, she just goes plop on the ground. Like, you pink-haired, you forehead. It's like, what's the matter? Can't think of a good comeback. It's like, he's like, I'm not going to let you get me. And then, using the clone jutsu, she can't get a good target. So ultimately she does, I think, it's like, the only one who can grow. And she just cut her hair. It's like, what is she doing? And then realizing that got you, Sakura, as her chakra basically held Sakura in place, like, got you, mind possession jutsu. And just as it looks like Sakura is going, limp. It's like, now I've got you. And you realize it's like, wait, why am I still staring at Sakura? This isn't right. And all of a sudden, like, the world's kind of melting and a tree is growing, and she realizes, like, what? When did she? It's like, you're wondering when I got you in this genjutsu as well, huh? I got you in this the moment you laid your hair down on the floor. I knew you were up to something, so I had to act quickly. Unfortunately, this is a much more high-powered genjutsu like this take a lot more out of me, so I always have to save it for last. Now give up and surrender. And as she's got a blade basically right near her neck, it's like, it's over. I was like, damn it! It's like, no, I'm not losing. Fine. And then she just, boom, knocks her straight out. And then that's the end. Sakura actually wins the day on that one. It's like, the winner is Sakura Arno. Yeah, that's my teammate. Yeah, good job. Next is Naruto Uzumaki versus, get through the other ones. I think Shikamaru's fight was after that one. And I think Tamari's as well. In Tamari's like, woo! It's like, oh, sweet, you're a Winjutsu. And as Tamari actually wins her match, Naruto is, so you can use Winjutsu? That's pretty cool. And so I don't get to meet a lot of Winjutsu users. He's like, well, should I assume you can use Winjutsu as well? Yeah, that's my main attribute. Really? Oh, are you any good at it? Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. It's Naruto kind of gives her a wink and say, "Ooh," and he knows how to flirt too. It's like cute, and he knows how to flirt. So she goes back to her. I was like, "What are you doing? Flirting the enemy? Hey, he's not the enemy. He's the opposition. He's not the enemy yet. Let me have this." So Naruto basically finally the match is called for Naruto and Kiba. Like, you think you and your brother think you're just hot stuff. I'm gonna look forward to taking you down a peg. It's like, yeah, whatever, dog breath. Just try to make this interesting, okay? Oh, I'm gonna relish ripping you apart. It's like, yeah. All I'm hearing is all bark, no bite, little pup. And then it's like, all right, begin. Ready? I'm a beast style. I'll force jutsu, and he just rushes Naruto, who basically makes a clone immediately, who takes the hit, and Naruto actually gets flown back. Saying, "Oh, you think you can? Oh, you think you can avoid me using your clones? That doesn't mean jack right now, kid." It's like, because you're on my turf now. And then Naruto, admittedly, as good as he is in the combat, Kiba is a lot more. He's more refined, and he's a bit more on the flow. That's why in combat, when him and Sasuke spar, Sasuke gets a bit of an edge with his Sharingan, and he's just a slightly better fighter overall. But Naruto's unpredictable nature allows him to even it out. Unfortunately, that can only go so far with someone who's as fast and ferocious as Kiba, who is naturally faster and stronger than Naruto, especially when he's going to all beast mode. Now, you can make the argument in this case, whether or not, in this version of the story, whether or not Kiba is faster and stronger than Naruto, but in the original canon, yeah, he was definitely faster and stronger naturally than Naruto was. Naruto was just a lot more trickier than Kiba was. And Naruto's like, it's like, damn. It's like, and then Kiba finally like, got you, and then just lands a solid hook, but Naruto's like, grabs his hands like, photon, Gale Palm, just gut checks Kiba with a Gale Palm. I often like to make up a technique called the Buddha Palm, where he basically just rams his palm with a Gale Palm activated into the opponent's gut, and just, but not in this case. In this case, he just hit him with the Gale Palm, and Kiba goes, find this, Akamaru, and then Akamaru comes and just, attacks on. It's like, easy boy, and just grabs like, nope, sorry. It's like, sorry, not happening. Now surrender, or I'm gonna have to go a little harder on Akamaru than I want to. It's like, oh yeah, and then he basically activates the soldier pill. Sorry, a truck just passed by. It gives the soldier pill to Akamaru. Akamaru goes, like, what the? Roars and turns into basically the Kiba clone. It's like, oh crap. And now it's like, well, this isn't good. And then Naruto and him are going at it again. Except now Kiba's very much got him on the edge as he gets hit with Fang over Fang. Naruto doesn't have time to react, so he just has to get it. Like, and then Naruto just goes sliding. Uses the kunai basically to get his footing. Oh, you lousy. Oh, you asshole. It's like, nah, it's over. Let's go, Akamaru. Fang over Fang. Window. And then basically the window, and now it's grinding against the window, and they can't get through. It's like, unfortunately, Naruto has chakra to spare for days, and he didn't have the seal put on him, so he's not going to be having chakra control issues like he did. So just, and then he gets prepared for the next technique, and is getting ready as the dome dissipates, and the Fang over Fang, they back off. It's like, you can't hide behind that forever. We're just gonna have to wear you out and catch you off guard. Yeah, give it your best shot. All of a sudden, he just basically Naruto's now learned to realize that the tornado fist, that's gonna take him. He realized that he can kind of he remembered seeing Haku do it with just one hand. So he realized hand signs with one hand is possible. So the one technique he's wanted to make sure to use it with is the tornado fist, because it's just gonna save time. As Kiba's not even paying attention to the hand signs he's making while his fist's down. It's like, Fang over Fang! As he comes again, and all of a sudden, the tornado just wraps around his fist, and very quickly do this Wind-style tornado fist explosion! And then, boom, a tornado basically hits, and not only does it stop their rotation, but it completely throws them off trajectory and makes them land straight into the walls. Boom! Akamaru is out cold. Kiba's just pissed off, just, Akamaru, what kind of technique was that? What did you do? It's like, I just used the technique I've had for a while. Why? Are you surprised? It's like, I'm I am going to end you. And basically just fires off some shuriken, but Naruto just great breakthrough, boom, and then rushes in right towards Kiba, and Kiba's like, "You think you can match me at close range?" All right, Naruto finally just grabs the his arm, just, and the other arm just comes in, just smacks, gets a claw right in the shoulder. It's like ah, it's like, yeah, and he's Kiba, and even Kurna is like, Kiba's taking this 2 hours. Like, Kiba, seriously, it's like, he starts like, how you like that? It's like, I can ask you the same question. All of a sudden, Kiba's like, what? And all of a sudden, another tornado fist is directly in Naruto's palm or Naruto's fist, and he's like, oh hell! And just point blank, Kiba tornado fists him right into a wall. Just, oh, son of a... and just knocks him out cold. The winner is Naruto Uzumaki. And Tamari's just looking at him like, ooh, he can use Winjutsu. It's like, that's hot. Like, Tamari's just like, oh, that's hot. And the kid's no joke. She's not, and both her and Gaara also thinking, not besides the fact she's thinking, oh, that just made him all the more attractive to me. She's also thinking, just like Kagura, he could actually give Gaara a fight. And even Gaara's like, and he goes back up there. It's like, Naruto, I have this. That was great. I'm sorry about how Kiba's acting, but I had this ointment that could really help with your. Oh, thanks, Hinata. That's really nice of you. I appreciate it. And unlike before, it's more Hinata just being really nice. I mean, yes, I read it points like saying maybe there could be the inklings of a crush because he's just a really nice guy. But Sasuke in this version is also a really nice guy, so you can make an argument she might have a crush on him too. I haven't established whether or not she does. Right now, I'm kind of going with no, but anything's possible. Speaking of which, it's Hinata's turn, and we're going to end this chapter or part with Hinata's fight. Now, Hinata has a lot more confidence because she hangs out with both Sasuke and Naruto in this version. So when Neji tries to get under her skin, she is still visibly upset, but she's not doing the whole. She's actually more getting upset. Not like fearful, but upset with what Neji's saying. Because what Neji's saying is pretty much crap. and Hinata actually calls him out. It's like, that's enough, brother. It's like, you and I both know that's a load of crap. Which he's even surprised Hinata, very polite, very quiet person, even just was so crass about it. It's like, it seems hanging out with those friends of yours has rubbed off on you somewhat. And it's like, so it may very well have. They helped save me from myself. They helped give me the confidence that I need to be a shinobi, or ninja, a kunoichi. Whether you agree with it or not, that's not up for you to decide. It's my choice to be whether or not I wish to be one. So prepare yourself, brother. And he's legitimately surprised, not just that she's standing up to him, but the fact is the way she's standing up to him too. It's like she kind of just told him off, like, oh, you think you can just do whatever you want. You in the main house can just do whatever you want. No. I'm going to teach you in the main house once and for all. You do not get to do what you want. And their fight begins. Now, unfortunately, Hinata's definitely got more confidence, but that only translates so far into her abilities. She is probably more competent than she was in the original. And to be fair, and Shino even says like he was for a moment she was giving him all he could handle. This is before he had mastered the rotation. So he still is the superior fighter. That's unfortunately the case here. But that's not to say she doesn't get hits in. What's surprising that at one point, when she gets the, is that it? Oh, is that all the main branch has? It's like you really should give up now. You can't beat me in a fight. It's like, are you sure about that? And she's actually, and she comes in again. She's on the offensive, and he's like, I said it's useless, and he strikes her again. But this time he realizes that there's no chakra, and then no chakra coming out. And this time she actually manages, because she realized he'd be surprised by what happened. She actually manages to hit him in the side. She's like, damn, she got me. And she realized, but he quickly grabs her hands like, you could see them all this time? And it's not that all this time you could see, and you could see that. So she was like, she's shocked. It was more like, she's more like, you could see it all this time? It's like, yes, but how? Why didn't that strike hit you? Why didn't that strike work? And that's when she smiles and actually grabs in and actually manages to, using her good arm still, another strike to the arm. She's like, damn! And she's been learning from the Naruto, Uchiha bred, the Naruto. But Horizon's like, you didn't realize where I was aiming in our first bout, did you? She's huffing at this point though. She's not in good shape. And he's a little tired too because he's actually been hit a couple times. It's like I wasn't aiming for any vital point. I was able to subtly hit your wrist a few times and cut off the chakra flow to your overall hand. Meaning even though you were channeling chakra to your hand, it stopped right around the wrist. It's like and now Neji's like, did you outsmarted me? You? And then obviously she can't really. And Naruto's just like rooting her on, but even and Sasuke's like, this isn't going well for Naruto. As much as we want her to succeed, we have to understand she has her limits, and I think she's reaching them. And Naruto's like, that's not true. She can keep going. Damn. And Naruto is one, about believing, in yourself and pushing yourself, and making your dreams happen. But even Naruto in this version realizes like there's points where you got to stop, and he can see Hinata. If Hinata goes much farther, she might actually die. Like she might actually get killed here, and Naruto is still like and Hinata looks up at Naruto and Sasuke, and they basically just like they give a look that says like we support you, but also you've done enough. It's like it's clear that Hinata can even tell. It's like even knows she can't win, and she flat out, and she looks at him like. She looks at Neji and actually smiles. It's like, we both know, Neji, that I can't beat you. We both know that, and know that. But we also both know that I'm not the same little girl you knew years ago. That I'm not the weakling, and that you'll always have to live with the fact that I wasn't able to just hit you. I hit you. I was actually able to give you to surprise you, and I will always hold that over. I'll always have that, and you can't take that away from me. I'm Hinata Hyuga of the Hyuga clan. I am the Hyuga heiress, and I concede this match to you, brother. And she walks off as the match is coming in. And Neji, see, here's the thing. Neji, when Neji attacked Hinata, it was because he was calling him out for his hypocrisy about he was suffering more than Hinata was and all that. And it's more that Hinata is taking pride in who she is. Now, she still feels bad for Neji, but Neji's acting like such a prick right now, and she's gotten a bit of a confidence boost from her friends that she doesn't really address it in this match. She turns around and waiting for the medics, and Neji's just like, and she attacks her, and he attacks her after she's given up from behind. It's like, what the hell? And fortunately, the Jonin instructors get invested. It's like, Neji settled it. He told me we wouldn't let this main branch stuff rile you up. Besides, if you attack her, you are disqualified and might even lose your Genin status. Attacking an unarmed opponent after they've surrendered the fight to you is ludicrous, Neji. And it's neither honorable nor is it a wise move at all if you're trying to impress people or trying to get people's respect. And that's where the match ends. Neji is basically hoisted back. And everyone is like, that guy's got a problem. So basically, Hinata goes to get medical treatment. Now she's in bad shape, but nowhere near where she was, so she will be ultimately fine. But ultimately the matches end, and you get the final match selections with the Sakura match being against Dosu. So ultimately, that's where this chapter is ending. This one went a bit long, but I wanted to basically get the entirety of the preliminaries out of the way. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll admit, I was a little scattered in this one and got a little distracted a couple times. Mostly because someone was barking at the neighbors. Silly dog. But I apologize for that. Hopefully, the next one will be a bit more tuned up. Until next time, though, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. So thanks for watching. Click that bell if you want notifications, and I'll see you next time.